What's she doing here? Welcome to episode 13 of the Wig Alopecia podcast. My name is Jessie Vesper, and this is my house. This is going to be a very Lady Gaga heavy episode, guys, because guess what? If you didn't know, I am a little monster. I am the biggest little monster. I'm the hugest, most large little monster. That can be confirmed on wikipedia.gov. And if you guys have any questions about that, take it up with Mother Monster. I'm sure you can find her business email somewhere. This is going to be a Gaga heavy episode. Gaga changed my life. Gaga has changed many lives. She is angelic to me. She will always be Mother. That being said, guys, Mayhem is out. Mayhem is out. I'm out. You're out. We're all out. Mayhem is out. Okay. And if you don't know what Mayhem is, it's what this episode's going to be. Because, guys, Mayhem is Lady Gaga's newest LG7. Okay. Lady Gaga's newest studio album. And I will be addressing it today. Dressing. I love ranch. We have some other things to talk about on today's episode too. Okay, we have a lot of things to talk about actually. And by a lot, I mean a lot of Lady Gaga-centric topics. Come in here closer, a little closer. I've been starting the episodes by giving you guys OOTDs, outfit of the days, right? This episode's gonna be no different. So please enjoy my half outfit. No more whispering. I'm ready to be loud. There's not much to tell about this outfit. I am wearing a hoodie as a dress. It's not just any hoodie though, okay? It's a Tokyo hoodie. Check out the back, okay? Tokyo. I spiced it up with some fishnets because I shaved my legs today. And I've got, how do I do this gracefully? I've got my little concert creeper shoes. I've worn these to Falling in Reverse and a ton of other places because they're my everything shoe. Weddings as well. But now I'm wearing them in my studio. I don't know. It's way too hot in here to be wearing this. These beauty lights are burning my flesh. It burneth. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, I just watched Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim? I can't remember what the title is because I'm a fake Lord of the Rings fan. Don't even start with me. Some of those words are hard and I don't even know real words, guys. So how am I supposed to learn made up words? Okay. All words are made up. Now what? Now that you know that, now what are we going to do? All words are made up. Okay. Read the Bible, the Tower of Babel. Yeah, that's right. Do you guys think the Tower of Babel was real? I don't think that was real. That doesn't make much sense to me. If you're not familiar with the Tower of Babel, basically, let me just give you a little Bible lesson. Everybody come in close. We're in Sunday school. Did you guys get your donut? Did you guys get your morning snack? Did the youth pastor try to take advantage of you? Then you're in the right place. The Tower of Babel was basically a tower that they were constructing in the Bible, right? And they were trying to get to the heavens and closer to God. And God was like, LOL, no, that's not happening. No. You guys are getting too smart too fast. So then God basically sent everybody everywhere and changed all their languages. And that's where allegedly all the origin of language comes from, right? That doesn't make much sense to me. I don't think that's true. And if you're a Christian and you believe that, take a language class. Take a language class if you believe that, girl. Woo! Anyways, as you already know, I am Lady Gaga's biggest little monster, and I just need to tell you guys about a little bit of my journey with Lady Gaga. We could never cover that in just one episode. That would be a 10-part series minimum on my channel, on this podcast, in my internet presence. And you guys, I sprinkle the lore. I sprinkle it for you guys. But I need to tell you guys that when Lady Gaga was playing the Super Bowl, at that time in my life, I had approximately 10 separate people text me and be like, wow, I bet you are living the dream right now. I literally had to put my phone down because I was like, yes, I am. Yeah, yes, I am. Why are you texting me? Because I needed to experience it for myself. I don't need you to text me. All these fake fans weren't watching the performance and they were texting me. And I was like, throw my phone away, like Katy Perry would have told us to do. And I did. And I just needed you guys to know that. But if you are, that was not when I discovered Lady Gaga. So don't even start with me. If you guys weren't around for the early stages of Lady Gaga, like the fame, Okay, I'm talking the Fame era, before the Fame Ball and like during the Fame Ball. Can we talk about these performances? Like this performance of Paparazzi right here. Guys, the low budget, but the vocals and the performance art is so good. These videos, they had me floored. They had my little preteen self floored, girl. I was so, and I'm still floored. I listened to these unironically because they are that good. I can't play the audios here because of copyright infringement. Lady Gaga was just she was before her time, and she does not get, y'all queers and y'all straights and everybody else. I think that actually covers everybody, but y'all don't give her the credit she deserves, and y'all need to get it together. Also, let's talk about the MTV 2009 Music Awards, okay? I was there. Not literally. I wish I could have been. But I was there in my living room while my parents were getting divorced, and I was watching, okay? I was watching that TV like this. Because it was amazing, okay? This changed my life, and it will change yours too. And I know it's kind of trendy. Like I've seen it be trendy now for people to like this performance, and as they freaking should, because this performance is one of the greatest performances in history, okay? In filmed television history. This was not only iconic, it was groundbreaking. It was groundbreaking because of the censorship, right? We're having Lady Gaga string herself up and die, spoiler alert, on stage, okay? Now, we know that Taylor Swift / Kanye West overshadowed this. Like, I'm gonna let you finish. But, so I think this was like a sleeper hit because of that. Because imagine if like the Taylor Swift dramas hadn't happened, right? Lady Gaga would have been all over the news. The performance is amazing, but the filmed version of the performance, like they don't have the best cuts of it. And that was obviously because she was still earlier in her career and she couldn't like call the shots probably like she would have, been able to now. And also media has changed so much. But I think that is really, really a sleeper hit of Gaga's. And if you haven't watched that whole performance, please go watch it. It's iconic. And also, you should probably watch the original Paparazzi music video to have more context. Lady Gaga also wrote a few songs for Britney Spears. Infamously, she wrote Telephone for Britney Spears. She did not use it and ended up doing the song with Beyonce, right? So we are waiting for part 2, which Lady Gaga has confirmed, which we knew it was confirmed, but we thought it would be on Mayhem, but it was not on Mayhem.
The T on Telephone part 2 is that there will be.
Guys, I have a confession to make very shortly, but first I have to say how ready I am for Lady Gaga x Beyonce part 2, right? To be continued. I need to know. I need to have answers. I need the answers. I need the gosh darn answers. I need answers. But first, before I get those answers, it's going to be a while probably before we get these answers, because literally during the press conference with Spotify, the Q&A, she said to go harass Beyonce. So all y'all do your work. Go do the floor work because I can't. The groundwork. Go do the groundwork because I can't do it. I can't. I'm not strong enough. Okay. I am not strong enough to be doing the groundwork for you guys. I need you guys to do the groundwork. So while you're at it, like this video. Go ahead and do that. Before you guys kill my family and before you guys put glass in my powder, crushed glass in my powder. Did you guys know drag queens would do that to each other? They'd crush up glass and then so they'd powder and be putting glass in there. That's shady. That's evil. That's pretty evil. That can kill somebody probably, right? Maybe. I don't know. It can cause damage for sure. Don't do that. But especially after what I'm about to tell you, because this is the confession I was talking about. Coming close again. Come here. I haven't listened to Beyonce's full body of work. The beehive is mad. Never poke a beehive with a stick. Okay? Please don't kill me. I need to, but I don't know where to start. Okay, I know diva is the female version of a hustler, of a hustler, na. Like, that's the era of Beyonce, I know. Videophone, Halo, I know some Beyonce. Who doesn't know some Beyonce? I dabbled in Lemonade. I know a little bit about Lemonade. But guys, I don't know if I can. Can I? Can I stop listening to Negative Spaces? Can I stop listening to Mayhem? Am I strong enough to leave that and listen to Beyonce? I don't know. I don't know if now's the time, So anyways, hate crime me in the comments, I guess. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's on my to-do list. But right now, where I am mentally, give me time. Give me time, girl. That's all I'm asking. Give me time. Give me time. Also, do you guys care? Do you guys want my do you guys want my thoughts on Cowboy Carter? Does anybody care? I have some short things to react to today. I don't know if you guys like my reactions, but I'm going to keep doing them whether you like them or not. So I have things to say.
Sexy guys.
Such as?
Such as?
Such as Brad Pitt.
Have you seen Fight Club? I watched that the other night.
Yeah. I bet he turns you on and you're a guy, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What
He goes, yeah. Girl, clocked by Britney Spears. She says, huh? Yeah, uh-huh. Girl, that's pretty privilege right there. That is talent and pretty privilege. Like, imagine saying to them. Imagine saying that to someone. I bet he turns you on too and you're a guy, huh? Like, oh my God, clocked diva. Next up, I have to react to Meme of the Week, which I just randomly saw this one on X and it cracked me up, guys. The editing of this cracked me the freak up. So I'm gonna stop talking about it and just react to it because guys, I need you to see this. So action.
You know, I found out the hard way the last time that I tried this. And I haven't seen this done with any other sodas before. And I just don't think it's going to be as crazy.
She said, not again. Not again. This has happened before. Oh, I'm spinning. This has happened before. She said, not again. Okay, girl, what is going on here? Side note, I did this Mentos, like you put Mentos in the dark soda and it explodes, right? I did this at my church for some reason when I was a kid with other children. And it wasn't like anything relating to Jesus at all. It was just something we did. So what was that about? I need to call somebody. Hello. So that was Meme of the Week. I don't know who that diva is, but I would love to find out because she needs all the follows. Since this is basically the Lady Gaga episode, I am going to react to Lady Gaga on SNL because, guys, I've already seen it. Of course, I watched it. Of course, I watched it without you. Why wouldn't I? It's Lady Gaga. I had to. There's things I will always watch without you, and that is Poppy, and that is Lady Gaga. Okay. Sometimes. You know, no, I always watch Poppy without you. Sorry. Yeah, I really liked her monologue. It was hilarious. I love Lady Gaga. I think Lady Gaga is a lot funnier than y'all give her credit for. But the whole thing is really good. You guys should watch her Abracadabra performance as well. And her Killa performer. She didn't kill anyone. Okay? She didn't kill anyone. I'm not a whistleblower here. But you guys should go and watch her performance. It was like really good. Really, really good. So I need to show you guys how Shadow the Hedgehog is depicted in Sonic X. So just take a really hard look at this photo. Okay. Okay, have you feasted your eyes? Have you seen enough and have you feasted your eyes on this photo? Well, this was my sister's fan art in 2012 that she posted on DeviantArt. And I'm just gonna say that the similarities are quite peculiar, okay? I'm not saying that there needs to be a lawsuit here, except for I did tell her to sue, but what intern was looking on the Sonic Sega team and stole my sister's fan art for this concept art? I just want to know that, and I want her to get her check. But I'm starting beef with Sega. No, I'm just kidding. We just want to be invited to the premiere of Sonic 4. And that would be, I'll bring my sister. It would be iconic. It would be iconic. So we won't sue you, but we could. I have some Katy Perry / Rebecca Black news, but first, I have to talk about Song of the Week because it all correlates. Okay, Song of the Week is Do You Even Think About Me by Rebecca Black. And I would just like to say, and I probably mentioned this before, so you guys are probably sick of it, but I liked Rebecca Black. I liked Rebecca Black before it was cool and before you did. Y'all were busy hating in the comments and I followed her vlogging, okay? Because I liked her vlogs. I liked her little YouTube stint that she had and I would watch her religiously. I love her. And then she started putting out music and I loved her even more. And I will always love her. She's iconic. That being said, Song of the Week is Do You Think About Me? No, that's not the title. The title is Do You Even Think About Me? First of all, the cover art for this, the album EP art for this is everything. It is everything. No trigger control here. Okay. We got finger on the trigger. We got ready to kill with the studded gun. Okay. I'm ready. Y'all should listen to this immediately because it's good. Okay. Listen. I need you to listen to Rebecca Black. And if you are just like a hater because of Friday, who are you? First of all, who are you and what have you done with your life? Let's talk about that. I'm going to say it for the people in the back, for the people in the front, for the people on the moon, for the Elon Musk up in space. Rebecca Black and Slater are carrying hyperpop on their backs. And y'all need to get it together and clock the tea, honey. Clock it because they really are and they're iconic and you are a flop. The truth hurts sometimes, but I'm telling you as a friend. Okay? Some of you probably didn't love my review of Katy Perry's latest album that I can't forget. 134, is that right? 134? 143. It's 143. My dyslexia. I can't get the title of this freaking album right for some reason. It's driving me insane. But I had a little album review of that. And I'm sorry, Katy. I'm sorry to you. I would still love to see you on tour, but I love you. I love you, Katy, but just because it wasn't my favorite doesn't mean it wasn't an okay album. Like, that's not my job as the reviewer. I'm just trying to tell my first impressions. You know, that's why I'm here. And can I just say that not that Katy Perry isn't cool, but she announced that Rebecca Black is going to be on the Lifetimes tour, right? She is opener for the Lifetimes tour. And that is so iconic because if you know the history of Rebecca Black and Katy Perry, you know that Katy Perry supported Rebecca before it was freaking cool as well. And she was in the TGIF Fridays music video, okay? Can we talk about it? 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 This was an amazing marketing choice in my opinion because Rebecca Black, not that Katy Perry isn't cool, not that Katy Perry was never cool, Rebecca is making her cooler, right? Because Rebecca Black is everything. She is the moment. She's gorgeous. And it's a good collaboration. I think it's a great option to have as an opener. So that's what I'll say about that. But if you guys didn't see the announcement, I want to react to it so bad. And originally I was going to, actually I can, I'll just censor it. It's already been age restricted on Instagram to 18 plus, but you guys are going to gag. You guys have probably already seen it, but you guys are going to gag if you haven't.
Rebecca Black, I think you're getting too big for these theaters.
Girl. Okay.
You want to join me on the Lifetimes tour?
Like now?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'm gonna have to mute it from there, guys, because it's got her music in it. It's got Katie's music, but like, can we talk about that? Can we talk about all that? Can we talk about all this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot with these two. Like, this was genius. I don't know who wrote this, but like the comments are literally like, I'm screaming. Let's see. She has beautiful eyes and a nice necklace. 33 likes. Titties. We love them. I wasn't dying to see Katy Perry on tour. I'm not going to lie to you. But now that Rebecca Black is going on tour with Katy, I am dying to go see, because I like one or the other. It's like, okay, but like both. Go get your tickets. But guys, we need to talk about Icon of the Week, because guess what? Icon of the Week, I'm going to Nashville to see Icon of the Week. Now, normally Icon of the Week is me, always, and I am, by default, Icon of the Week, as you know. However, Poppy is Icon of the Week this week, and she should be more often, to be honest with you. And she also is Gaga and Poppy and me are always defaults, just so you guys know. Always default, always not on the back burner. They should be on the front burner for Icon of the Week. But that said, did you guys see Poppy on Jimmy Kimmel? Did you see it? Did you see her perform? Did you see her performance? Because she looked so good. So good. And to every mother hater on the streets, on the comments, in the DMs, wherever you are, why you hating? Because Poppy, I see so much criticism. Like the pop people are like, go back to pop. But if she does pop, they hate it. And then it's like the rock people are like, she's not heavy enough. Poppy's heavier than you could ever be. She's genre breaking, she's genre defining, and she's creating new avenues that you could never even elaborate the depths of. Okay, so check yourself first of all, and then let's take a listen. Let's take a listen to this live performance that I can't play for you here because of copyright infringement, but go take a listen. I think live television is a really hard thing to sound good on because you can flop Tina on that really easily because you can't control the audio, right? It's live. Okay, it's live. And I think of that Lana Del Rey performance where they really did her dirty. I think it might have been Jimmy Kimmel actually, but they did her dirty sound-wise on that performance, and it happens. And I think I don't like a lot of live performance via TV because you lose so much, and even in stage presence. And I was talking about Lady Gaga's performance earlier, right, for Abracadabra and Killa. I felt that way a little bit on SNL too, because you lose that that energy. I think once you get through the screen, a lot of times you lose the energy and it's not quite as riveting of a performance. So that said, if you're a hater, pouring out the haterade, okay, throw in the pot of god tea. Her vocals sounded amazing. Her performance was amazing. And I will say it wasn't anything groundbreaking as far as dancing and all that, but the stage set, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The light show, gorgeous. The band dressing, gorgeous. Love, 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 love. So Poppy is icon of the week, per the usual. Love Poppy. If you don't like Poppy, too bad. You don't have to go see her if you don't like her, but I'm going to be in VIP in Nashville, Tennessee, seeing Poppy on the They're All Around Us tour because guess what? I have to hear Vital live. If I do not hear Vital live, I might have to... Guys, I might have to blow up the world because I need to hear it live. There's I wish she'd just do the whole album. I wonder if she'd do that. I could give her $1 or something and maybe she would. But guys, I need to see Poppy live again. Poppy is the best show I've ever seen live, and I'm not just saying that because I love Poppy. Poppy is the best headlining show I've ever seen. Whenever she headlined the words are hard, the Goddess tour, it was just an amazing performance. It was such an amazing performance. The light show, the performance art, all of it. So good. Poppy is amazing, and you guys need to get with it. We're going to wind down the podcast now, and I'm going to give you the Mayhem review that you never asked for. The hype is real. And if you don't believe me, just look at the thumbnail for episode 7. Okay. The hype is real. I have 2 pages of notes for this album. And in comparison, I usually have 1 page of notes. So let me just talk to you a little bit about my thoughts, my opening thoughts before we even talk about the track list. I've only listened to this album 25 times and I need to spend a little bit more time with the album to really think about it and digest it. And I'm not joking when I say 25 times. I'm not exaggerating. I'm being very serious. And I am being very serious when I say I have not spent enough time with the album to truly get it completely. If I like a artist, no. If I love an artist, I have to sit with the album. I like to do different takes. I like to start gently, right? I like to really warm things up and start gently, And I really like to listen to the album while I'm doing something. I don't like to just sit there and deep digest the album first thing. I like to hear the album, right? I like to be in the shower. I like to be driving. I like to be doing that kind of thing, right? Cooking, whatever. The next listen through is if I'm working out. I like to have it in my headphones. I like to hear sonically the production of it, right? I don't always like to be stationary and just vibing, although I do that too whenever I go down my lyric analysis of an album. Okay, I like to read the lyrics and not just hear them. I like to visually read and then listen as well, right? You with me? You with me, people? Okay. So 25 times I've listened to this album doing all those things, but also stationary reading, right? If you guys didn't know this about me, I am very thorough when I talk about music because I take it very seriously, even though it's not that serious, but I take it seriously, okay? I saw a lot of people on the internet saying different things about the album, but the most common thing I kept seeing, that was negative about it, was that the title was Mayhem, right? But it wasn't giving mayhem. And by that, I took people to mean that the production was not chaotic, right? It wasn't like very, I think people were, I know people were wanting it to be Art Pop Act 2, right? They were wanting it to be groundbreaking in the way that Art Pop was and a trailblazing album for the next upcoming genre, the next bend of genre, I think. Like, I think that's fair to say. And I think people, by the title, were kind of expecting that, which obviously Lady Gaga is always steps ahead. I think the title itself is an interesting choice because of that. Production wise, of course, if we're talking about Disease and Abracadabra, and I would say the first 4 tracks on the album, we have a little bit more of like an art pop-esque genre, right? A little bit more of the genre design is kind of more like Chromatica, a little bit of Born This Way in there. Like, this album truly, I would say, is kind of a little bit of all of Gaga's albums. It's got a little bit of her songwriting skill. Well, it's got a lot of her songwriting skill, but it's got a little bit of her songwriting style, rather, from the other albums. I've been watching a lot of Gaga's press for this album release, and she really does talk about the production of the album and what she was trying to do by honing in her sound as an artist, because I think she feels that each album has been kind of a separate era, a separate genre almost of Gaga. Maybe not a complete genre, but she's really going back to pop roots and EDM roots here. But there's a lot of classic rock and 70s and 60s and 80s references in the music. And several times throughout her press tour, I've been seeing her say that, or hearing her say rather, but also seeing her say that she's just a student of music. And I love that. I think we're all students of music. And if we're not, we should be, because we can learn so much from sound and music. But I think it's really, really cool what she's done with this album. And I would also argue that the title Mayhem is more in reference to the relationships in regards to each individual song. Because each individual song is, I mean, I don't want to speak for Gaga here, but to me, the listener, it's obvious that there are different relationships being discussed in each song, right? There's different, maybe multiple per song in some aspects. But I would say that the Mayhem title is more referring to the mayhem and the turbulence of those relationships, or the lack of the turbulence in those relationships that the songs are about. Also, I think it's noteworthy to say that in her Spotify Q&A, she did say that Art Pop was her EDM opus. And guys, I have been waiting for her to claim that for so long, because I think she knows now what, and I think she always probably did know that it was going to be a sleeper hit, but like, Art Pop does not get the praise it deserves. And I don't care what any of you haters say, because it doesn't. So I'm just going to say that. And then now I need to talk to you guys about the album cover. There's a lot of albums covers for this, okay? There's actually alternate album covers, and I will be looking at some of them today. Actually, let's pull them up. I would just like to say, as Lady Gaga's biggest little monster, that I was a little bit underwhelmed with this album cover in comparison to all of her previous album artworks, because we always get like a really banger photo of Gaga. Not that this isn't a bad photo, it just seems really low resolution to me, almost. Like, maybe it's because it's the black and white, and not that I dislike it, but I wish it was a little less filtered, a little more raw. And I don't know, it just seemed like for an Instagram post, right? I feel like this would have been like, oh, cool, like it's a cool picture of Gaga, but like, is it like really like groundbreaking as far as what we expect from Gaga? No, but then also I kind of think, oh, maybe she's trying to do something that isn't expected, right? Because it's Gaga and she's flipping the script. I don't know. So it's at least it's making me think, right? So already it's making me think. And I think that's an interesting part if we look at like what music and albums are from an art perspective, because it's making me feel some type of way, right? It's invoking an emotion in me, or it's not impressing me, right? Whenever Brat first came out and like the album art for Brat was announced, I kind of felt that way too. It kind of made me feel some type of way, right? And I was like thinking about it, like I was like, oh my God. I was like, where's Charlie XCX on the cover, right? So I was kind of feeling similarly here whenever I saw the album art originally. I would just like to say that Gaga's album art here could be compared to the Zahini Sparks EP album art as well. They look very similar, and I thought that was interesting to note, but also, the Zahini Sparks EP is so freaking good. Dirt on the Name of Steven. Oh, everything on there is so good, but like that song makes me cry. That should be Song of the Week, honestly. That song, also Song of the Week, because guys, this song got me through. So good, so good, so good. So sad. If you guys don't need to be sad, don't listen to it right now. Listen to it whenever you need to be sad. But that song, oh, so good. But the album arts are very similar. We have to say that they're similar. Like, we have to agree with that, right? I have mixed thoughts about like all the different variants of albums and the Target exclusives and like all the, whenever you get special music here or like whatever. And Taylor Swift and other artists do this too. Brad, like all of it, like there's always different, Big Poppy, all of my favorites do it. And let me just say this. This is no shade to the ladies themselves or the gentlemen or whoever does it, but it is shade to the industry as a whole because it all feels like a cash grab, and it is. It's capitalism. It is a capitalistic cash grab, which take all my money. Like, I will give you all my money. I love you, but like, guys, I can't buy all of these. Like, I'm poor. Okay. So like, it's like, do you buy your favorite one? Do you fight for the favorite one? Like, what do you do? What do you do? And what do you do, people? I don't know, but I guess you just buy your favorite one, but I usually don't purchase any because I, am a dabbling minimalist, or aspiring minimalist, I should say. There's so many alternate covers that I don't want to get them wrong and I don't want to confuse you guys, but my favorite one is going to be the alternate cover one, which I think alternate cover one should have been, honestly, the main cover. I would have probably, if it was, I'm not the artist, but if I were the artist, I would have made that the cover because it's so good. It's like it's giving Marilyn Manson, in my opinion. Like, it reminds me of like the Beautiful People video, I think is the one I'm thinking of. Just like a little bit of like the art style there. I love that it's more stripped. I love like the red lip. It's like, when I look at that, I know Lady Gaga, of course, but like, I don't see Lady Gaga at first glance. Like, that doesn't look like Lady Gaga, does it? That doesn't look like Lady Gaga. It's like shocking. So like, I understand why that also, like, for like a casual Gaga listener, right? If you're wanting to sell to a bigger like audience, that probably shouldn't be the main cover, right? It is shocking. I mean, I don't know. It's Gaga, go for it, right? But I don't know. That's my favorite one. I think the alternate 2 cover is also really cool. I think that would have been a really safe bet for, not that all of these aren't selling, because all of these probably are selling amazingly, but I think that would have been another safe bet for the actual cover, right? I think that would have been like the safer option. When Disease came out, I was very grateful because I needed some Gaga. I am always needing more Gaga, but I needed to go Gaga. I needed to pause up it all, like I needed to have a moment with Mother Monster. And that, like, it got me so excited for the album. And I think it was such a good choice to put out first. Not that this was the first single she released, because of course we had the Bruno Mars collaboration, but I'll be talking about that later because it is the end of the album. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. Disease comes out. Love. The first like 40 listens of that, I didn't get tired of it because guess what? I don't get tired of Gaga like that. That's just not how my brain works. And then whenever she did the breakdowns, like she did, I can't remember, was it Variety? Maybe, probably not. When she did this, okay, she broke it down. You guys need to listen to this whole video and how she broke it down. It just made me have a deeper, not that I didn't already have a deep appreciation for Lady Gaga and how she builds and what she puts into her songs, the production and the mixing, but it really did just break it down in a more layman's terms for the viewer, and me being the viewer. But it was really nice to see her be able to break that down and talk about a little bit of the design of the music, because it was so exciting, and it really, for me, built even more. I was already so eager. I was hungry and eager, but like, I imagine for a more casual listener that it built up a lot of excitement for the rest of the album, right? So then when Abracadabra comes out, oh, and of course the video, full stop, people. The video for Disease. Hello, go watch it first of all, but I've watched it like 5 times because it was so good. It is so good, and it honestly needs awards because just the different like versions of Gaga, and like it was really setting the tone for the album and like the mayhem of it all, I think. And I think it also kind of like paints a picture of the war within herself that she's had over the years, not just the relationships with others. I'm a firm believer that the relationship with yourself truly does affect your relationships with other people. I don't want to speak for Gaga here, but I think that is a bigger metaphor or a bigger takeaway that one could take from the artistry of the video. And I was impressed by it, not just like the production of it all, of course, like I'm talking about the videography, the lighting, the acting, like all of that, the set design, all of it, but also like mixed with the song production, the mixing, the lyricism. Guys, I was floored. Of course I was floored. I was floored. I haven't been floored like that by a video since I watched like Bad Romance on my dial-up with my mother and two sisters. Okay, like I haven't been floored like that in a long time. So it was nice to see just Gaga getting back to being Gaga. And that's such a silly thing to say because of course she's always been herself and unapologetically, and we love, but it's nice to, I think people often, including me as a fan, think of her in a very eccentric way because we're used to the eccentric. So it was nice to see her go back to her roots in that way. Abracadabra. Okay, abracadabra. Love, 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 live, love, love. Okay. What more can I say? The video for this too, like the dancing, oh my goodness. I've already kind of talked about Abracadabra on the pod before, but I just loved it. The production is amazing. The dances. Have you guys seen the videos of the dogs? Like people are like animal abusing. Not really, but I kind of think it is. I don't know. I'm not a pet owner. Don't really like pets. We can unpack that on another episode. But like the way people dress up their dogs sometimes, they look so miserable. But like it is kind of funny to see like them like dancing. I guess it's fine. I don't know. Wild, 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 wild. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I have plants, okay, because I cannot be responsible for taking care of a living thing. I know that Disease and Abracadabra are the singles, and I was so excited because the singles being so good, I was really scared because I was like, if these singles are so good, that means the rest of the album is going to be crazy because I love deep cut Gaga. I love deep cuts so much, so much, so much. Most of the time, like I'm so trendy and cool because I like deep cuts, but like usually on albums, like I'm not your mainstream appeal. Always, you know what I mean? I'm like in the trenches down there, like finding the song that I like, you know? So I was really excited, which I was shocked because, spoiler alert, the first 4 songs on the album, I think might be my favorite. I think like consecutively the first 4. Now, the next track is Garden of Eden. I freaking love Garden of Eden. Not just because of the religious references on this song, because if you didn't know, the Garden of Eden, Google it, girl, if you don't know that. I think everyone knows that. But I really just love this song. And production-wise, I keep saying production, mixing, production, because wow. It's the closest thing to art pop that I've heard in so long. Not that, of course, I would want Gaga to repeat an album, but like, it's groundbreaking. I think the mixing is groundbreaking. I think the production is groundbreaking. And I think it's really setting a new stage for artists to really step up their game because no one outdoes Gaga. No one can do Gaga like Gaga, you know? I'm a singles snob, okay? I'm also single and a snob. But I usually snob the singles that people put out because it's the single. Give me the album, right? I didn't feel that way with Garden of Eden. I could see I honestly, this whole album, and I'll talk more about this later, but this whole album, I feel as if every single song on it could be a hit. Truly. Also, did you know that it's a common misconception that Eve gave Adam an apple in the Garden of Eden? It is never written about in the Bible. It is called a fruit. It is not called an apple. So it was never proven that it was an apple given to Adam and Eve. So just so you guys know, that's propaganda. Perfect Celebrity hits me hard, and it might be my favorite song on the album. I think I'm just going to go ahead and say it is my favorite song on the album. I love this song. This song is so good, and it really, again, production, I'm going to be raving about production this whole album because production wise, every song has so much in it, and this is no different than the others in that sense that she went above and beyond at the studio, guys. It's amazing. And the anger and the rage and like the frustration taken out in this song, and you can really hear it in her vocals, like so freaking good. And lyrically, this is also my favorite song on the album. Tap on my vein, suck my diamond blood, choke on the fame, hope it gets you high, sit in the front row, watch the princess die. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. Not only do I think this is a reference to Diamond Heart, which is on Joanne, I also think it is a reference to Princess Diana, which if you know anything about Lady Gaga and you know anything about leaks, you know about Princess Di, right? Well, also Princess Diana. There's several Princess Diana references throughout Lady Gaga's work, and I don't know that this here is directly a Princess Diana reference, but guys, I think it is, and I love those 3 lines right there. Those are my favorite lines on the album, and they haunt me a little bit. They haunt me. And I love this song. If you don't listen to anything else on this album, I need you to listen to Perfect Celebrity because it is so good. I've literally, like, every morning I'd be listening to this. Okay. Every morning. I lied. The first 5 tracks on the album are my favorite because Vanish Into You makes me literally cry, guys. I have a hard time thinking about it. I'm going through a lot. Okay. I have a lot of emotions. I just feel a lot of things. And, this song truly, guys, the first time I listened to it, like with headphones, I literally cried. I'm like, get your shit together, girl. Like, I literally fucking cried because, like, cut. This song is like so fucking good. We were happy just to be alive is one of the lyrics on this song, and the song makes me think about certain people in my life and certain people that have left my life. And I think about the times that I was happy just to be alive, you know, and sometimes I don't always have those times. So this song is sometimes hard for me to listen to because it is so emotion invoking in me. And like, as you guys can see, it really just invokes emotion in me, just even thinking about the lyricism on the track. So, like, this song means a lot to me, and it is really, it was hard to get through. Every time it's hard to get through, not in a bad way, because the song, of course, again, the production and like her vocals on this song are so good. It's one of my favorites on the album rather. But it's a little hard for me to get through sometimes because, it just makes me think about some relationships in my life that were hard to navigate in the past. So, but that's the beautiful thing about music is, at least for me, if music can invoke that feeling or a feeling in me, then it's doing its job, right? If music can invoke a response other than a skip, even then, too, maybe if you're skipping a song, it's invoking something and you maybe should listen. So I try to force myself to listen to things that I'm not always comfortable listening to, but I think it's an interesting idea to push through the emotions a song makes you feel, right? I don't know the science behind that. I don't understand it. But for me personally, it's definitely groundbreaking to listen to music that invokes emotion in you. But in a similar vein, I have to be careful what I consume because sometimes I'll be wanting to listen to Lana Del Rey or Marina or certain artists that make me feel down because I need to process things sometimes, but sometimes I need to be hype. Sometimes I got to be hype and I got to be up and I got to be on and I got to be productive because if I'm not, I spiral. So I can't always listen to Miss Lana Del Rey. But in this song particularly, I am not going to be able to listen to it often as well because it is so painful for me to listen to. But I love it very much. It is also one of my favorites on the album. Killa featuring I can't say his freaking name. Killa featuring Gesaffelstein. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, so please forgive me if I'm not. I owe several people an apology because I told one of my peers that this song was mid. I had listened to it like 3 times, and I shouldn't have said that. That was wrong of me. Lady Gaga, I'm sorry. That person I said that to, I'm also sorry because I was not impressed. I was not impressed with the song. After I listened to it a bazillion more times, I realized that I was Boo Boo the Fool. Here I am on the podcast being Boo Boo the Fool because guys, everybody makes mistakes and everybody has those days. And for me, I made a mistake because it is so good and it is production-wise, it might be one of the best on the album. Not my favorite, but it is one of the best. There was a lot of work put into this song. If this isn't on the radio, I will be very shocked because this song is phenomenal. Closer to the end of the song, it has an underlick that it gets like super high-pitched. And I have to just say and point this out, and comparison is the death of art, but my brain gets triggered and I need to remind you guys of things. But it reminds me of Jeffree Star's song Party Crasher. You should listen to both and then tell me, like, not like obviously these songs are drastically different, but I'm talking specifically about the underlick here, the high pitched like squeal and how it pitches up at the end. It really reminds me of that. And that's what I've got to say. I just had to tell you guys that because God's Paparazzi and Mrs. Orange County, Jeffree Star. would want me to. Zombie Boy is my least favorite track on the album, and I just want to say before you guys start coming for me, because I know this is a fan favorite, her vocals and her vocal layering is so good, obviously, and her production on the album also is amazing, and the mixing is good on this one too. It is just not my favorite. I don't really like the intro of the song. I hate the word cringe, but it is like, to me, it almost is a little like the acapella of it all is like a little kind of borderline cringe. It's Gaga. I still love it, obviously, but a little bit, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't executed as well as other songs on the album, especially with the analogy of, like zombies and I don't know, the song concept, if you will. I feel like there are other songs that execute it much better on the album. And I don't know, lyrically, I didn't think it was all that either. So, and of course I expect deep lyrics from Gaga. Of course I expect pop lyrics from Gaga that are more bubble poppy, but I just wasn't really, I think it could have been cut from the album. I'm going to say it. If I had to cut one song from the album, it would be Zombie Boy. But I was talking to a peer at work. This is the same peer that I talked about a couple episodes ago where we had our art pop Charlie XCX interactions. Okay. She gets music, but she told me it was her favorite song on the album. So who am I? Who am I to say what the best song on the album is, But for me, it was not my favorite. And if someone was pointing a gun at me and said, you have to pick you have to pick a song to cut off the album. Okay. It would be Zombie Boy for me. So sorry if you like that song. I love that song. I mean, I'll still listen to it when it comes on, obviously, but not my favorite song on the album. Also, this is just me being hypercritical, and my opinion doesn't matter. The next track, Love Drug, shocking. I love it. It's good. It's amazing. It's awesome. I think the more you get into this album, like once you're past like track 5 and 6, you start getting more 70s, 80s references in the musical, like layering and the composition of the music as well. I'm sure Gaga probably struggled like picking one of these to release as a single because it's like they're all could be singles. They're all so good. And to me, that is not, I don't want that to sound shady at all, because that to me that shows the talent of an artist and their composition work, right? And what they're writing, to be able to write something in such a way that anything could be released from it and it'd be a hit. Like, that's impressive to me, and it really just shows how talented Gaga is as an artist. How Bad Do You Want Me also made me cry, and I'm not gonna get emotional again because guess what? I'm over that. That was the old me. I've changed. I've grown since then, since 5 minutes ago. But this song is so freaking good. It's so good. The headphones and the mixing of this song, this one might be my favorite one to listen to with headphones, and it makes me happy sad, but it also makes me sad, and it also makes me want to wiggle. So yeah, this one lyrically too, this one gets me in my feelies a little bit, because it's like the on and off again in a relationship, like the on and off, like, do you want me, do you not? Like, you say you want me, but you're lying to me, and you obviously want someone else. And that's something that I've gone through a lot in my life, and I think a lot of queer people specifically go through that, and I guess a lot of cisgendered heterosexual people go through it as well. But I've gone through that a lot in my life. I've had a lot of guys in my life say that they want me, and friends too, like they want me but they don't, and they're getting something emotionally from me as a guy, and then they don't want to wife me up because, oh, you're the perfect girl but you're the trans girl, so that's been something that I've struggled with my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but my whole transition since I've been out as trans, and even living as a gay man. I struggled with that, like being friends with guys and falling for a good friend. Like, that's my perpetual curse. So this song really embodies that for me. That's like my projected meaning onto it for me personally, and when I listen to it, that's how I feel. So yeah, it's like definitely one that's harder for me to get through because it makes me feel things. So, Don't Call Tonight hurts my soul a little bit, and by a little bit, I do mean a lot. It is quite painful for me to listen to as well because, again, I relate to these turbulent relationships, and this is a callback to the name, the title of the album, because this is why I think Mayhem is representative of the mayhem of the relationships these songs are about, because there's a lot of mayhem in these songs, not just production-wise, okay? I think the production is pretty cohesive for most of the songs, but there's some mayhem there too. But like, I understand the title. I thought the title was good because It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me that these relationships seem like mayhem, right? The production of the bridge specifically in this song really stands out to me. And this song also, the style of it kind of reminds me of The Weeknd and his sound. But again, comparison is the death of art. No? So maybe I should shut up. Shadow of a Man actually makes me wiggle. It makes me want to move. It makes me want to dance. And I like the idea that we're not going to give up on the matriarchy, right? We're going to create the matriarch and we're going to get rid of the patriarch because guess what? I'm going to keep moving even in the shadow of a man, and you're not going to stop me just because you're more powerful than me, right? I am going to keep being myself and I'm going to keep working through it. So we are here and we are loud and proud. That's for the girls, the gays, and the theys, okay? And everybody in between. So guess what? I like this song too, and nobody's shocked. The Beast. Okay, Kim Petras. Sorry, please don't dox me. Anyways, the vocally on this, well, the album completely, yes, she shows out on it, but this song specifically, vocally, she shows out on this song, people. I also like the analogy of this song much better than Zombie Boy, for instance. I think this is a much better example of how an analogy is executed well. Please don't hate me. I think it's executed very well in this song, and I know that Zombie Boy and The Beast are two totally different songs. The vibes are totally different. Lyrically, they're very different, like all that. But how it performed to me in my brain is just like different in a good way. I don't know. Like, not that Zombie Boy is bad. Again, it's totally different vibes. But like this song, The Beast, is a much sadder song as well. But I just think it's executed so much better.
Oh, bro.
Sorry.
This guy stinks.
Sorry, don't yell at me. I'm sorry. Okay. But like, actually, I'm not sorry because it's still really good. Both of them are good. I like The Beast, but like The Beast is good. Feed the Beast. Blade of Grass is such a sad, happy song. Like the vibe of it is very happy, sad. And does that make sense? No, but it is. And this song, I literally could hear it on Joanne. Like that, it reminds me so much of Joanne. And it reminds me that Lady Gaga is such a talented writer, okay? So the fact that I could hear like those references in this song and like lyrically, like the building of the song too, it's just such a beautiful song. The sentiment behind the song too, like you guys should go watch all the press because she talks about it, and I'm not going to retell her stories, but you guys should go watch it because all of the press for it, because it's really nice to hear about her proposal and like see her happy, and also like the inner turmoil that people struggle with, like the good and bad in relationships, right? We are all flawed individuals who have room to grow, and we should never stop growing as people. So it's nice to hear that I'm not the only one that's struggling with that. Okay. And other people are as well. And you have to look past some of those bad things sometimes and still love a person, right? So it's nice to hear that. And I honestly think this is controversial yet brave because we're going to talk about Die with a Smile, right? But I feel like we could have ended the album on that song, right? Could we have ended on Blade of Grass, right? Could we have done that? Could we have done that? But I want Lady Gaga to get her billions of freaking streams. So I say, get your cash grab and put Die with a Smile on the freaking end of this album, and you get your 20 billion streams, girl. You get your 20 billion streams. I think it's almost to 2 billion streams. I hope she gets her 2 billion. Billion with a B, as in bussy, okay? Get your 2 billion streams, girl, because guys, this song is not a bad song. In fact, I love this song. Whenever Die With a Smile came out, it was what I needed. In fact, it kept me from having a crisis. It kept me from having a crisis. And also the album art for this one, well, I guess not album, but like single art for this one is fun. And also Bruno Mars, everybody likes Bruno Mars a little bit, right? Like Sky Full of Lighters. Like I like Bruno, he's okay. Like not my fave, but like my sisters really liked him. And so I like him, right? And vocally, he's super talented, of course. Also, was the casino thing a whole lie? I'm pretty sure it was. Confirm. Editing me, confirm. This song also is hard for me to listen to because at the time I listened to it with a friend and it was our song, and I lost this friend, and it's really painful for me to listen to now because it reminds me of this friend and the good moments we shared, and that's all gone now. So trauma dump on the internet. Yeah, that's all gone now, and it's hard for me to listen to because of that. But I still love this song. And like sometimes those memories that are attached to songs for me, like are really powerful. And I don't think everyone listens to music in that way. I think a lot of people do, but some people just listen to music and they hear music, it's just a stimulation for them. But for me, I like tie a lot of emotional energy into listening to music, and I'm more sensitive to it. And I'm not talking, oh, look at me, I'm so sensitive to it. But like sometimes I am. And like, so for me, this song is harder to listen to now, but I think it also, people like it. Obviously, people like it. People are streaming the crap out of it, but I think it resonates with a lot of people. And I think being able to resonate with so many people on a deep level is such a beautiful, wonderful thing. And it makes me so happy for Lady Gaga. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for Mother Monster, guys. I am. I think this album truly hones her sound as an artist, and it really just shows how brilliant she has been in paving the way for artists to come after her. She has truly knocked down the doors of the music industry and said, hey, I'm here. And she continues to do so, and she continues to evolve, and she continues to stand up for what is right, for love and for equality and for the little people in the world. And that just truly makes me so, so, so happy. And I will always support Lady Gaga, and she also can apologize for her mistakes and is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person inside and out. And that is rare to find these days, guys. So Lady Gaga for president. Hello. Lastly, I think this album truly shows a glimpse of the mayhem in her personal life and her public career over the years as well. And it truly just kind of embodies all of her work thus far, and I hope that it gets the critically acclaimed success that it deserves. But even if it gets snubbed, it will always have my love and affection, because this album, I can often tell when an album is hitting me at a time in my life that's going to be a pivotal time in my life, and this album, I feel, is that way. So Lady Gaga, I love you. Lastly, we're going to end it on talking about my fern that I did get for $4 from Walmart on clearance, because it was brown and dying, and I've kind of saved it. It's still got some brown spots that I'm not quite ready to pick off yet, but I saved $177 on this. Okay, so I'm a savvy shopper, and I meant to have her in here with me the whole time, but then I realized halfway through the episode that she wasn't here, so I didn't. She had a late debut, okay, and that's fine. Some of us do. Some of us are late bloomers, okay. So she's getting a little sunshine in my window, and I'm hoping we segregate the plants, okay. And I know segregation is not okay, but for my plants, I don't want them to have like little bugs or anything. So you never know. You never know. So we segregate the plants for 2 weeks, and then they can be put together after they've been quarantined. Okay, we quarantine the plants because we ain't getting plant mites in here, or we're not getting roaches. We ain't doing that. Okay, so here she is in all her glory, and I don't know. I think she needs watered, to be honest. She gets a lot of sun, but she's looking a lot better. So I think we're going to be good, and I need to repot her because what the heck is this? Plastica? No, thank you. Hey, thank you guys for watching episode 13 of the Wig Alopecia podcast starring me, Jessie Vesper. Guys, if Lindsay Lohan can get through 2008, then we can get through to today and through tomorrow and through the next day. So guess what? You're the best. And I'll catch you guys in episode 13.